Here we have ranch dressing, which is quite popular. There are only two types of people when it comes to ranch. You either love it or hate it. Now, can it be the perfect ingredient to dry age steaks? You guys suggested this experiment and today we're gonna find out. As everything starts off with this, a beautiful rib roast. It is prime grade and perfect for today's experiment. The first thing I gotta do is to go ahead and split it in half. Now the first thing to do is to go ahead and get the control ready. I just gotta stick it in my dry ager and that's it. The second one, on the other hand, I first laid down some parchment paper, followed by the rib roast. Then I immediately went in with ranch, a ridiculous amount. I made sure that the whole thing was fully covered with it. The more, the better. One of the most important things to do is to ensure that every single edge of the steak is fully covered with it. As once I was done, take a look. Now the only thing left to do is to stick it in the dry ager and wait. Once the time was up, I took it out and oh boy, things look a little different. I have no idea where the yellow coloration came from. And most importantly, take a look at these little bubbles that started forming. I honestly have no idea what it is. At the same time, on the opposite side, things looked even worse. You can clearly see that a lot of moisture is trying to escape. This is a good thing. What is not a good thing is the smell. It is by far one of the worst experiments I've ever made. The next step is to go ahead and get all of this ranch removed. And this task was not that simple. But as I was doing so, you can clearly see that we still have a little bit of red underneath. That got me excited. But then I was reminded by the smell. So I went ahead, covered my nose, and continued removing as much ranch as possible. As in the end, I was starting to give up. Because no matter what it is that I did, not everything comes off. I'm not quite sure if I should thank you guys or be worried about this experiment. But hey, you asked for it. So we're gonna go ahead and eat it. But first, I gotta remove all of these pellicles. And when I started removing, you can clearly see that we still have a good amount of redness in there. That got me excited. More and more red started to be revealed. In the end, I got a nice clean board and split the steak in half. And take a look. I was left with nice, decent steaks. You can clearly see some oxidation still prevails on the opposite side. But they no longer smell bad at all. But we all really know that the taste is the most important thing. And don't forget that I still have the control one. This one was dry aged properly. I went ahead and treated the same exact way as I did the previous one. Removing all of the pellicle was key. And once I was done, here I have both steaks side by side. The ranch dry aged on the left and the real dry aged one on the right. Now the big question is, which one is going to be better? Well, we're about to find out real shortly. Because for the seasoning, I went with a good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. And just in case things were about to go south, I decided to go ahead and make an incredible side dish. And this one is ridiculously easy to make, and here's how. The first thing to do is to get some pizza dough. You can make it from scratch like I did, but if you choose to buy pre-made one, it will work just fine. Once the dough has risen, immediately laid it down on a tray and into the oven it went to bake. Once it was 75% done, I went ahead and made a ranch sauce from scratch. If you've never made one, it's super simple. Into a bowl I combined mayo, followed by sour cream, chives, garlic, dill, salt, and lime juice. Now mix everything well and that's it. That is how easy it is to make. I also wanted to have some crispy bacon, so I went ahead and cooked some up. Because the real filling meat here is going to be some ground chicken. After putting it on a skillet, I went ahead and seasoned it with my barbecue rub. It just gives an awesome flavor to this thing. Once it was fully cooked, the next step is to go ahead and assemble the whole thing. First, a good amount of marinara sauce right on top, followed by the ground up barbecue chicken, a good amount of mozzarella cheese, we can't forget about the bacon, and into the oven it went so that the cheese can fully melt. Once the cheese was fully melted, I took it out, added a good amount of ranch right on top, followed by chives. Now this is today's side dish, and I can tell you one thing, it is going to be delicious. That I can guarantee. However, I can't say the same thing about today's steaks. Talking about that, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and cook them. First, I'll be putting a nice wonderful sear. Once that's done, I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. So now I say it is enough talking and it is time to grill these beautiful steaks, so let's do it. right, everybody. Here we got our beautiful steak with a nice side dish today, gentlemen. Are you guys hungry?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? A little bit or a lot?
A lot of it.
Okay, enough talking because we got a little experiment going on and I want to know your brutal, honest opinion. Let me know if this is a good idea, terrible idea, because this experiment is a little bit insane. Oh.
Every time you say, I want a brutal opinion.
You did something crazy to the steaks.
Oh, that's a fact. Please dig in, gentlemen. Now we're going to go this direction right here. Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
What does that taste like?
Dry
Guga steak.
age.
Guga steak, dry aged steak, perfect description. Doesn't get any better than that, everybody.
Tastes like a dry aged Guga steak, which is always good.
Extremely beefy. It's super tender. It also has that beautiful charcoal flavor on it. And that dry aged factor really amplifies the beefiness. So it's just a really delicious steak. We're spoiled because we get to eat dry aged steak all the time, guys. But it's an absolute treat every single time we have it.
You're making me blush. Absolutely delicious. Couldn't agree more. Now let's go in for the second.
No, bro. Let's try this pizza.
Don't say pizza because all my Italian friends is going to be really upset at me and we don't want that.
I'm sure it's not perfectly traditional, so I think it's okay if I call it a pizza.
Okay.
You guys let me know if that's okay in the comments.
There's nothing traditional that we do around here.
That's right. If you want to see something traditional, I think this is not the right channel, everybody. We're always experimenting. We're always trying something new because if you don't try something new, how are you going to know if it's going to be good or bad? Enough talking. Let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
Damn.
oh my.
This is a good pizza.
Yeah, it's not a pizza.
Delicious pizza pie.
You're going to get roasted in the comments.
Let them roast me, okay?
Now, we'll say, though, this is amazing.
Really good.
The cheese on this is ridiculously good.
I got a little bite from some bacon on it too, a little richness, very creamy. The bread is fluffy. It doesn't have a traditional pizza crust. I don't even mind. It's so flavorful and so delicious.
I don't mind at all.
Delicious. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It has a really nice flavor. Almost reminds me of kind of like barbecue.
I wonder why. Okay, delicious, easy to make, highly recommend. But can we please?
Can we please?
Enough talking, let's give it a try. All right, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh. Yeah, I love it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Such a unique taste to it too. It's almost like it's a little bit extra savory. It also has a little bit of a sourness to it too, with an additional creaminess, and it makes the steak so much better.
I enjoy it too. I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? This is not a normal steak. Would you agree?
No, it's not normal.
I understand why you don't like it because maybe this one desires an acquired taste. It is sour, it is a little savory,
It's kind of weird, everybody.
and also, I don't know if you could tell, the flavor just stay in your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bad part.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't enjoy right now.
Sometimes some things are not for everybody. Let's just keep it that way. And apparently it's not for you.
This is.
Oh, okay. So today's experiment, as you can tell, it is dry aged, and this one here was dry aged with
Ranch.
Do you like ranch?
Nah.
Man, maybe that explains you.
I love ranch.
What? Why are you cursing? But I love it too. Let me know in the comments down below if that's something you would try. It is a little sour, it is a little funky, and we like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You?
I'll stick to the side dish and forget the steak.
Nice.
Fair enough.
More steak for us.
Yes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.